This is Dr. Daniel Paul, orthopedic surgeon with Easy Orthopedics, and today we're going to talk about what are loose bodies in a joint. If you like this video, we put out new content weekly, so please like and subscribe. So loose bodies in a joint. You may have gotten an MRI or X-ray and they see these things floating around, so like what the heck are they and how did they get there? So loose bodies basically are little pieces of cartilage that break off and they kind of become very sort of spherical, almost like large pieces of rice, depending. Unless you can have really large ones, but for most people they're like, I don't know, the size of like half the size of a jelly bean. And then they end up just floating around the joint, meaning that there's a lot of fluid in the joint. So sometimes they'll float around and they don't really hurt, but sometimes they can go right in the middle of the joint and that'll cause a lot of pain and locking. And oftentimes you can have more than one. So that's essentially what a loose body is. It's a little piece of cartilage that's broken off from the bone and is floated around and is now floating around in the joint. So what happens where it broke off? Well, usually you just don't have cartilage in that area there. So when people have arthritis, they'll start getting things like loose bodies as the cartilage breaks down. You don't always get that, but you do sometimes. You tend to see them more in the elbow for whatever reason than most other places. I don't really know why, but there tends to be a lot of them that end up in the elbow. Actually, I think I have one in my elbow right now. And so what do you do about them? If they're really bad, a lot of times if you don't do much, they'll sort of settle out onto the sides of the joint and like not really bother you anymore. If they're really bothering you, then someone will scope them and just sort of suck them all out. That's pretty much all you can really do. I mean, if someone's having inflammation because it's catching, and you can always do a steroid injection to calm things down. It's not going to get rid of the loose body, but it may just allow the inflammation to subside while the loose body kind of moves away. But that's pretty much the history of what to do about loose bodies. X-ray will show them, won't always show them. MRI will show them, or CT scan. So I hope I was able to answer your questions about what a loose body is in a joint. If you like this video, again, we put out new content weekly, so please like and subscribe. If you have any questions I didn't answer, feel free to leave them in the comments below. But I can't give you any specific medical advice because this video and all my videos are for educational purposes only.